Good morning, friends. Today I am going to take the session on the fundamental rights. Guys, we are doing the fundamental part, guys. Okay, so in the fundamental part, we have done with the right to equality, that is articles 14 to 18. So after that, we have seen the right to freedom, guys, that is from 19 to 22. And after that, we have seen the exploitation, guys. Okay, exploitation rights, that is 23 and 24. Okay, so after that we have seen the right to freedom of religion, that is 25 to 28. Okay, so now in this session I am going to take the right to, that is cultural and education rights, guys. Okay, so in the fundamental session, so in the fundamentals topic, so in the fundamental rights we have seen the fundamental rights till 28, guys. Okay, now in this session I am going to take the remaining rights. Okay, so we have from 12 to 35. Okay, guys, so in the 12 to 35 we have seen 28 rights. So the remaining rights I am going to take in this session, guys. Okay, so let us see our discussion, guys. Okay, so the subtopic for today's discussion is cultural and educational rights. Cultural and educational rights. Cultural and educational rights. Okay, so these are from articles 29 to 30, guys. Okay, the articles 29 and 30 deals with the cultural and education rights. Okay, guys, in this, first of all, so before I start my discussion, I want to know, so these are the rights which are meant for the religious and linguistic minorities, guys. Okay, so these are the rights for the religious and linguistic minorities. Okay, guys, cultural and educational rights. Okay, these are for the religious and the linguistic minorities. So what do you mean the religious, guys? So religious are the one who are the less in the number, guys. Okay, they are the less in their religion, and the linguistic means depends upon the language. Depends upon the language they are speaking, they are doing, they are less in number. They are the religious and the linguistic minorities. Okay, so guys, and what is a minority? So guys, so what is minority? Because of who is the minority? Who is a minority, guys? Okay, so first of all we need to answer this question, guys. Who is a minority? So in what aspects we need to take the word minority, guys? Okay, guys, if I take the word law, so in the law we use, if you use the word Hindu, if I use the word Hindu in the law, it means the Hindu includes the Buddhism, Jainism and Parsis. Okay, if I take the law, if it includes the Hindu word, it includes the Buddhism, Jainism and the Parsis. Whereas for the administration purpose, so whereas if you take this from the out of the law, so they will be having the different, guys. So that is the Parsis will be different, Jain difference and the Buddhist difference. They are the minorities. They are the minorities. So in this aspect, so in the religious aspects, they are the minorities, guys. Okay, if you take the linguistic, that is the language aspects, if you see Jammu and Kashmirs are the people of Muslims. The people of the Muslims, guys. Okay, so the maximum, so the maximum will be Muslims, guys. Okay, they are like, we can say that is the Urdu speaking people, guys. The Hindus are very less in number. Okay, so in such a manner, so we have the religious and the linguistic. Okay, the linguistic is the language. Okay, language as a basis, guys. Okay, that is minority, guys, but we don't know what exactly minority is. And the one more issue is the territory of the location, guys. So the minority is the word which we need to consider, guys. Okay, the minority of a part of the so it is the part of the India or it is the whole territory, guys. Okay, if you take the minority, so what minority exactly mean? If we are, so whether we need to consider whole territory of India, we need to consider whole territory of India or any part of the India. Okay, so if you take any part, like I said, in the Jammu and Kashmir, so in the Jammu and Kashmir we have the more Muslims, guys, compared to the Hindus, and the same in the Nagaland. Okay, okay, so in these aspects, if you take this entire region, we have more Hindus in number, guys. Okay, so we have the issue with the minority, but this will be given to the distinctions of the commission, guys. That is, the minority commission is going to define who exactly the minority people is. Who exactly the minority peoples. Okay, these are the two things that we need to consider before we start our discussion, guys. So now directly I move to the my article number, guys. That is article number 29, guys. Article number 29. What article number 29 says? So if I take article number 29, article number 29 in the constitution itself, article 29 constitution, it says that, so it is the protection of the linguistic minorities, guys. It is, so it says that protection of the linguistic minorities. Okay, so this is the subheading, so this is the heading that was given against the article 29. So it said that protection of the linguistic minorities. If I go through into the article, it says that any section of the citizens, so any section of citizens, any section of citizens residing, okay, so residing in territory of India, or a part of India, okay, having distinct language, script, or a culture. Okay, guys, if you see article 29, it says that protection of the interest, so protection of the linguistic minorities, it has said as it a heading, guys. We have protection of the linguistic minorities. Linguistic means on the language basis. Protection of the linguistic minorities. So if I see it's in depth, any section of citizen residing, so residing in the territory of India or any part of India having distinct language, script, or the culture. Language, guys. Okay, this is based on the language. Okay, so if I see like this, in the subheading, it is said it is minorities. It is said minorities. But in the topic, so in the inside this article, it is said any section of the citizen, guys. Okay, I think there is a mismatch between the two. It said it is minorities, but it said any section of the citizen, guys. Any section means everyone. So article 29 is not about the minorities, guys. It is to every citizen. It is to every citizen, guys. See, so any section of citizen means to every citizen, guys. Okay, so these are the few issues we are having, guys. But in exactly it said that it is going to protect the linguistic minorities, any section of the citizen residing in the territory of India or the part of India having distinct language, script, or the culture, guys. Okay, this is going to take the article 29. Okay, so now I will take my discussion to the article number 30. Okay, what article number 30 says? Okay, guys, so article number 30 says it. So article number 30 says, okay, establishment and administration of the education institutions. Okay, guys, establishment and administer the educational institutions. Educational institutions. Okay, so guys, in the subheading it says that the minorities can establish. Okay, so the minorities can establish the minorities can establish and administer the educational institutions. They can establish and they can administer the education institutions. Guys, in the article 30, so in the subtopic and in the main topic, clearly it is explained that the both are related to the minorities. Okay, so minorities can establish the educational institutions. So it is a topic. So the minorities can establish and administer the educational institutions, guys. Okay, so in the topic, that is in the subtopic and in the depth of the articles, it is clearly explained that it is the role of the minorities. They can establish and they can administer the education institutions. But we have controversy in the article 29, guys, because the article 29 heading shows it is the minorities. So whereas in depth, if you see the article, it is any section of the society, any section of the citizen, guys. Okay, so these type of questions won't be asked by any examination, but we should know, guys. But we should know what are the provisions, guys. Administer the educational institutions. Okay, now we need to see, guys. So guys, for the minorities institutions also, the government is not going to reduce the grants in aid. Okay, the government is not going to reduce the grants in aid. The government is going to provide the required financial support. Okay, required financial grants in aid. Okay, and after that, the extent of the jurisdiction of the state, guys. So guys, if we say this, establish and administer. So administer of the education institutions by the minorities means, it doesn't mean that state can't interfere, guys. It doesn't mean that state can't interfere. So even though the establish and the administer, it is not the monopoly of the minorities to establish, and it is not the only many of them, guys. Okay, the state as the time, the when and where it required, it can go and see its things. Okay, so the state has its control over these minorities, guys. State has the control over this minority educational institutions, guys. Okay, so this is about article number 30, guys. Okay, and if you see article 31 is the right to property. Article 31 is the right to property, but this have been repealed, guys. Article 31 is the right to property. Okay, right to property, this have been repealed. Okay, this has been repealed, but in detail we are going to see about this in the basic structure doctrine. Okay, basic structure doctrine, we are going to see this article in detail, guys. Okay, now I am going to take the remaining 33, 34, 35, guys. Why? Because I want a separate session to discuss article 32. Okay, right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. So if any state is violating your fundamental right, you can directly move to the Supreme Court through article 32, guys. Okay, this I want to take special section, that's why I will take this in a separate class, guys. Okay, so now I am going to discuss the remaining articles of the constitution, guys, that is remaining fundamental rights. Okay, 33. Okay, what 33 says? 33 says that the constitution have given the power to the parliament. Okay, power to the parliament to the rights confirmed in this part for the forces. Okay, guys. So guys, whatever the forces we are having, that is the armed forces, the intelligence forces, the paramilitary forces, guys. Okay, their rights will be abrogated or their rights will be decreased. Okay, their rights will be restricted or their rights will be abrogated. Okay, this power had been given by the constitution to the parliament, guys. So why this has given means, so to have the power, guys. So guys, it is, that is the armed forces means we have some discipline and the quality, guys. Okay, so not to violate those things, so not to misuse that discipline, we have given the parliament to power to restrict or abrogate the rights, that is fundamental rights of the armed forces, paramilitary, okay, and any intelligence units, guys. Okay, that deals with article 33. Okay, if we see article 34 Article 34 is the rights can be restricted. Rights can be restricted if so rights can be restricted that was conferred in the part 3 if any reason is having the martial law. If any reason is having the martial law. What do you mean by martial law? The martial law is nothing but the military rule. Military rule, guys. Okay, so military rule means if there is any war, if there is any aggression, then we go for the military rule, guys. So in this place, the rights which are confirmed by the part 3 will be restricted for the purposes. Okay, so the military rule will be placed where the civil administration has to be taken place. So because of the issues, we are going to go for the military rules and the rights of the citizens will be taken, guys. Okay, that deals with article 34, guys. If I say article 35, so article 35 deals with the legislation to give the legislation have given the power to make the provisions of the article to make the provisions to follow the to implement the articles. Like for example, guys, in the 16 we have the some criteria, guys. So employment, okay, a public employment. But in this, the constitution have given this: if we require the residence as a criteria for the public employment, the parliament can make the law regarding this, guys. Okay, in the 16. So and in the 34, so what 34 says? So in the 32. So in the 32, Supreme Court has the individual has the power to go to the Supreme Court if any fundamental right has been violated. But in the 35 it says that the parliament can make these provisions not only for the Supreme Court. So not only Supreme Court, for any other court they can extend this provision, guys. Okay, those provisions have been made through article 35, guys. So in the same manner for the article 33 and the 34. So for the implementation of the 33, 34, guys. Okay, and if we see that we have the penalty, guys. We have the penalty for the offences. So article 17 is for the untouchability, guys. Okay, article 17 is untouchability. So if any untouchability is practiced by any individual, then we have the penalties, guys. So the parliament have the right to change the penalty. The parliament has the right to change penalty by making the laws. Okay, so with regards to the article 17 and article 23, that is the labor, guys. So that is the forced labor. So with regards to these articles, the parliament make the provisions as per the required for the implementation of these articles. That deals with article 35. Okay, guys. So guys, with this we are done with articles 12 to article 35, and we are left with only one article, that is the king, article 32. Okay, this I will take in the next session, guys. Okay, thank you one and all.